I thought I'd just do a quick garden update. This is supposed to rain for the next 3 days. Probably won't be out here very much. The Heinz tomato seeds, they are almost all up. These are the ones that I saved from last year, seed saving video, and this tray down here as well. The kids' seedlings are doing great. They've got their broccoli is up, doing great, and the new leaves are starting to come in. And their cucumbers, some little tomato seedlings. I think they did the cherry chocolates as well, or chocolate cherries. And their lettuce at the back, and some sunflower seeds, some more cucumbers, and some more tomatoes. Our eggplant is just starting to come up now. Just about, I think there's 2 or 3 that haven't come up yet. Now, for the huckleberries, these ones, I made a mistake in my other video. These ones back here, I ran out of seed. So these are a few lettuce plants. And I didn't realize why they were, I was wondering why they were growing so fast compared to everything else. So now their true leaves are coming out, I can see what they are. But, see if I can find one here. The seedlings are very tiny for the huckleberries. You can just see them starting to come up here. And there's another little one right here. The other huckleberries, the garden variety, they're almost all up. They were the first ones to come up, and they're doing nice. The early and the late cabbage is all up, doing well. The arugula is doing great. And so is the red cabbage. It's all up now. Celery, no sign of the celery yet. Or the yellow strawberries. The other lettuce over here is doing well. And the chamomile behind is growing. It's just starting to get its first set of true leaves. Still no sign of the Campbell tomatoes. The lemon ox hearts are pretty much all up. And the egg yolk tomatoes are just starting. The lemon boys are all up. And the chocolate cherry tomatoes are just starting to come. If you can see them. They're just starting to come up today. The mortgage lifter tomatoes are all up too. Now, none of the golden queens have come up yet. Not one. So either I've got a bad pack of seed, or these take a really long time. They should have been up by now. They were planted at the same time as all the other tomato seeds. So I'll give them a few more days and see what happens. But the Henderson pink tomatoes, they're all up and they're doing good. And all the cayenne peppers are up. Now, I've planted some new things in here too. Let's see which one's first. I think it was yesterday, maybe the day before. I put in a small tray of the California Wonder Peppers. I'm a little bit late getting those started. I forgot I had the seed. And these are Mr. Stripey tomatoes. Again, I bought the seed last year and I forgot that I had it. So I thought we'd give it a try. This tray has Italian zucchini. These 2 trays, I believe, are Alpine red strawberries. What's this one? This tray here in the middle is red shepherd peppers. And I'm curious to see how these do, because it was seed that we saved from peppers, cases of peppers we bought last year. So they're probably a hybrid. And I'm just curious to see what we get out of them. This tray over here, Asian cucumbers. They're supposed to be used as cucumbers when they're small. They're a round shape. And when they're like more mature, you can use them as a melon. So that'll be interesting to try. And then over here we have the sunberries, which are supposed to be similar to huckleberries, and none of them have come up yet either. Oh, wait a minute. Look. I don't know if you can see that little speck of green. They're just, one of them is just starting. Cool. And over here, the basil is all up. The other side is parsley and it's not up yet. It takes a little longer to sprout. Been working on the raised beds. We've got most of them topped up with soil. This one still needs a little bit more, but it won't be planted until probably near the end of May. We'll be putting the cucumbers and the green beans in here. The bed in the middle I've got planted with swish chard. I think 3 rows of swish chard on the end. And then spinach. 2 different types of radishes. Wait for the tractor to go away. So we have 2 different types of radishes. And what else did I put in here? I have them all written down in the house. I think it was an Asian radish that can be used as a turnip as well. This garden bed is where I had the beans last year. This year I've planted them all in carrots again. Did the same thing on the other side of the garden last year. And along the back edge there we've planted a double row of peas. And along the back one up here, again, there's a double row of peas behind. One I planted a few weeks ago, and the other I just added the second row. I guess it was yesterday when I did them. And you can see, it's really hard to see on here, you probably can't, but the first row of peas are starting to come up. The garlic's still doing good, but really, really needs some water. You can see how dry the soil is. Our springs have been getting drier and drier every year. Even though it seems like every few days you're getting some rain, it gets sucked in so quickly. The onions are starting to come up, now that the birds are leaving them alone a little bit. And I just finished putting in a double row of peas over here. And 2 rows of beets and a row of summer turnips. Each one of the rows is about 35 feet long. I still have lots of seed to do a second sowing later in the summer, but since I'm the only one that likes beets, I probably won't put too much more in. But this will give me enough for pickles for the next year or so. But we'll have lots of peas, that's for sure. I saved the seed from our peas last year. I think it was Laxton's Progress we grew, and we really loved them. I used to grow the Homesteader, or the Lincoln type, and we always found that the vines were very short, and you didn't get that many peas, even though everybody seemed to love them. In 3 different places, they haven't done well for us. So last year I accidentally picked up the wrong package, so I grew half a row of Homesteader, and half a row of Laxton's Progress, and they did so much better. So I saved all the seed I could from them, and I had enough that I planted, like I said, a double row along that raised bed, and then along the back, and a double row over here, and I still have a handful left for the kids' gardens. And I wouldn't have planted quite that much all at once, except I overestimated how much seed I would need when I was soaking it. Oops. But it's a good oops since we really love them, and I can dehydrate lots of them and can lots of them, so. We're working at getting the kids' garden all ready. We tilled it up twice today. We're raking out the sod.